Welcome everybody to Two's Company, Three's a Podcast, Newcastle's #1 film, TV and gaming podcast. When I say boo, you say
earns.
My name is Dylan and as always with my co-host
Mitchell, and you best be counting the number of guns on Admiral Horatio Nelson's flagship, the HMS Victory, because it's time for 2C3 Pod, a Windows keyboard!
Yes.
James Franco didn't suck any dick last night. Now I know y'all are tripping.
That is definitely this is the end.
Yes. Do you know who said it? Come on.
Jonah Hill?
No.
Seth Rogen.
Danny McBride.
Oh, yeah.
James Franco didn't suck any dick last night. Now I know y'all are tripping.
Yeah, that's right. That's that scene where they're all around the breakfast table. He's made them all breakfast and they're all like, what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly, that's right.
I love that fucking movie.
No, absolutely.
It is brilliant.
I love the way they over-exaggerate their own personalities to
and I think that's definitely the fun of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. But anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of 2C3 Pod, our Friday edition. We're going to hit you with Trailer Park and Yassel Pass coming to you fresh and from afar.
Yeah, for sure. My name is Dylan, and as always with my co-host, you can certainly, it's a little bit of homework before we get into it. You can certainly find us all on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All links are down below.
Of course, absolutely. And not only that, wherever you're listening to us, thank you for your continued support. We are, of course, on every platform, but old slogans are old slogans. Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, YouTube. Big summer blowout. Now you can support the show as well. Head over to tpublic.com and or Redbubble and Patreon. We've got a few tiers. We've got some t-shirts. We've got some mugs. We've got some fridge magnets. Oh my God, Patreon is popping off.
Yeah, everything's popping off, but most importantly, head over to Patreon as well if you want additional bonus audio content. It's all happening over there. We've got a few patrons we'd like to shout out at the end of the episode, so stick around for that as well.
Absolutely, every episode. And one of those patrons, I do just want to say as well, my sister Courtney, she's currently, as we speak right now, on a ride for autism. Doing a nice little charity ride. So if you'd like the information, I'll post that on our social media pages. Go and check that out. She's riding until Sunday morning. And she's riding a fuck ton.
How far is she riding? What's the...
I don't know the distances, but she's riding all week. So,
Jesus fucking Christ.
Exactly. That's right. She's already hit her goal on donations, but every little bit counts, of course, because they're going into autism research. And that's a personal one for me as well. So, absolutely. Head on over to our social media page and I'll link that to everybody.
For sure. Absolutely. All right. Well, Mitchell, we have a very, 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 very juicy trailer park that we're going to get into.
We do. It's very in-depth and deep, that's for sure. I cannot wait to rip into it, but unfortunately, every week there's just something,
hold on.
Like, what?
Do you hear that in the back?
There's kind of like a faint tickle. Oh, better sue my cousin. Well, I'm starting to head on down to the trailer.
There it is.
That we pre-recorded that. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Trailer Park.
Trailer
The
Park.
most exciting part of my week, where we get to sit down and review some fresh trailers that have hit the interwebs in the past 7 days. And it's time for us to do that with these cheeky little descriptions that I've read out and now I've banned you from reading.
Yes, because I fucked them up every week and it's getting to the point where it was getting embarrassing. So
no, that's exactly right. And it's a lot easier for me to do this and then you to just come at me with your immediate thoughts because you watch them fresh immediately right before we record every week.
Sure do.
You've got them fresh in your brain, whereas me, I'm going off my memory from my writing.
Okay.
Anyway, all right, first cab off the rank, and it's very appropriate for
first trailer off the park.
Yes, thank you for taking my slogan. Well done. Yeah. Yes, I appreciate that. First trailer off the park, as I always say, is The Tax Collector, and that's very apparent because it's currently tax time. Make sure to do your taxes, ladies and gentlemen in Australia. Anyway, kicking off Trailer Park this week, we have Shia LaBeouf and Bobby Soto starring in the next feature film from writer-director David Ayer, who's famous for The Suicide Squad, Fury, Training Day, and many more. Here we find LaBeouf and Soto star as a couple of tax collectors for some of the heaviest, meanest thugs and gangs in the LA area. Soto is a family man, while LaBeouf is a hardened loner who almost seemingly gets off on hurting people and loves his job. When Soto's family seems to be taken hostage and their lives are threatened, the deadly duo must work together to get them back with as much bloodshed as possible, of course. Also starring everybody's favorite Latino television dad, George Lopez, bursting into American theaters like LaBeouf's Cauliflower Ears, August 7. Cauliflower ears. I saw your reaction just then. It's what UFC...
No, I get it.
Oh, you know...
I noticed it in the trailer.
That's what I mean. I'm like, has he always had cauliflower ears?
I don't think...
Surely they're prosthetics.
I don't know. I think Shia LaBeouf is the kind of guy who would probably be doing that kind of training outside of his filmmaking, and that's just what he's ended up with.
Well,
because if you've heard the stories, he's a crazy man.
If I'm not mistaken, he did actually get his whole torso tattooed and a fully healthy tooth removed for Fury.
No, he removed that himself.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, but he actually did get that tooth removed, like legit, you know? So, like, yeah, so he's a very method actor, and anyway, it seems like cauliflower ears is the next step.
Yeah, anyway, the tax collector.
Yes.
Got to get away from Shia LaBeouf.
Why?
Got to get away from Shia LaBeouf. You haven't seen that?
No,
okay.
I've got no idea.
Okay, after the episode, re-listen to this, and then, that reminds me, Dylan is telling you, Mitchell, right now to Google, got to get away from Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
Anyway, Shia LaBeouf plays a really hardened, as you said, tax collector. So essentially they're a gang leader in the streets of Los Angeles, collecting the taxes and protection for people who owe him money, amongst all these crime syndicates that are scattered all throughout in the Latino community.
Yeah.
At the same time, I watched this trailer and I'm immensely interested and intrigued on the story it's trying to tell. I like the fact that it's gritty and violent and colourful and fantastical and it's telling an interesting story. But I don't know what the hell is going on here.
No, that's right. I kind of penned together a bit of a story there of what I think's going to happen kind of thing. Yeah. But at the same time, there's no real clarification. Like you said, are they the leaders of something? Are they just heavy for the guys collecting
are they providing
money,
protection? What's really going on here? There's the dynamic between so who are the main characters? You've got Bobby Soto playing David, and then you've got Shia LaBeouf. And it seems like
he plays Creeper.
Yeah. So a tax collector for a crime lord known as Wizard. So he's the tax collector for a crime lord. So he's not the crime lord himself.
Yes.
Anyway, it looks like the film is going to follow the story of Bobby Soto. So David's character, the character of David, how he gets involved with these gangs, even though he's a family man, and he's going to be held for ransom, and there's going to be conflicts here and there between him and his partner Shia LaBeouf, who comes across as this really hardened man to be feared.
Yes.
And I like the idea, this film I don't think would be getting any kind of recognition if Shia LaBeouf wasn't in it. It seems like a fairly generic kind of straight to DVD kind of film, but the fact that the man like Shia LaBeouf, as crazy as he is a fantastic actor, and I feel like he's the kind of guy who makes very deliberate decisions.
Yes.
And there was a time in his life where he nearly just quit acting altogether, but he came back for it. So I feel like he's going to be giving this film his all, and he's got a lot of love for it.
100%.
And especially with David Ayer. He's the kind of guy who has hits and misses.
No, that's right. But at the same time, in the vein of this type of film being like a crime, a criminals, a syndicate type of film, I mean, Training Day, SWAT, Harsh Times, Sabotage, Fury, he does have a fondness for this type of film. So I do imagine that it will be quite a good film to go along with Shia's choice of taking the leading man.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, I don't know really what to think about what the story is trying to tell, but I am immensely intrigued. So I'm going to give this what's our rating for this?
Big Summer blowout.
Yes. I definitely want to check out The Tax Collector. It looks fucking awesome.
No, that's right. I'm going to give it a big summer blowout as well. And if Event Cinemas, as they always are listening, make sure to get this one in theaters, because we are dry for things coming out in the near future, and it is coming to some select theaters in the next 3 weeks in America. So hopefully Australia can follow board.
For sure.
All right, moving into our second one this week is probably the most notable trailer this week, the biggest that's hit the web so far this week.
I'm going to wait until you've said it before I give my opinion. Yep.
Absolutely. All right, we have An American Pickle. It's been a hot minute since Seth Rogen has graced our presence on the big screen, and it looks like we're going to wait a little bit longer as his next film is coming to HBO Max. Fucking awesome. But here we have An American Pickle, a film about a man from the Eastern European country of Schlupsk who immigrates with his wife to good old Brooklyn, where they are trying to live out the American dream, and he gets a job in a pickle factory when one day tragedy strikes and he falls into the pickle broth and dies. Or does he? 100 years later, he awakens from the broth, and it turns out he was perfectly preserved in the broth and is now the same age as his great-great-grandson. While trying to adjust to the modern world and overcome the loss of all the people he knew, he and his great-great-grandson start up a pickle business. What could go wrong? Punching onto HBO Max like a man from Schlupsk, punching on with a taxi, 6th of August.
Okay, so you kept saying broth?
Yes.
It's brine.
Oh my God. I'm an idiot.
Anyway.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I will change that before you copy and paste it.
Okay. So An American Pickle starring Seth Rogen and Seth Rogen. I first found out about this film in an article that was posted somewhere on my Facebook newsfeed, and I was instantly intrigued by the idea. I heard of the name. I was like, an American pickle.
Yeah.
And then I read the synopsis, and then I found out this is a Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen film.
Yes.
And then I watched the trailer. So I had a few different inklings about what I felt this film was going to be. And primarily, this film is a heartwarming telling of two people relating, trying to work out their relationship together. But at the same time, it's such a fucking batshit crazy idea, but it looks like they're going about it in such a clever, heartfelt way. And I like the idea that a man can fall into a pickle brine and come out 100 years later, so out into the modern day and experience what the modern day is like and have everything surrounding him foreign. Yeah. That's a really interesting story. Now, we've been told that before with people that have been frozen in ice and they've awakened many years later.
Of course.
Or they've been reanimated or whatever it may be. But the idea that he's just the American pickle. Yeah. I find that so hilariously fascinating. But the trailer itself, yes, there are comedic elements, obviously, of this man out of time getting into touch with the modern society. But the dynamic between the two characters that Seth Rogen is playing between his great-great-grandfather, the American pickle, and then current day, there's that dynamic between the two, which is really fascinating, and I'm really looking forward to this if I ever get the chance to see it.
That's right, exactly.
For our international listeners here at Two's Company, Three's a Podcast, the reason we put shit on HBO Max is because we don't have it in Australia.
And we can't get it.
No.
Yeah, so that is a frustrating point, and of course I would love to see this as well, whether or not we can, who knows. But at the same time, yes, I completely agree with you. It is a fascinating concept. Yeah. It is batshit crazy, as you said.
Yep.
But as batshit crazy as it is, I still have two questions, okay? Yep. So he's fallen into the pickle brine. How did they not pull him out? Because bodies float, so I'm not sure how that worked. So he fell in and then I assume gets stuck at the bottom and they literally just condemn the building and leave it as is and don't even try and get the body. Well, I'm not sure how that works. And then also, if he was pickled for 100 years, wouldn't he be all wrinkly and shit?
Yeah.
So I mean, I know it's already a batshit crazy concept, like you said. Yeah. But at the same time, what are those little bits of logic there? You could try and fill me in.
I asked myself the same question because it literally shows in the trailer the scene where he falls in and where he emerges.
Yes.
And it simply goes him falling in, and then when he emerges. There's no cover on it. The buildings, it's like everybody left that day.
Yeah, they just went, there's a dead body in it. We can't sell pickles.
Well, not only that, as if they just didn't even see him and then just left and didn't tell anybody about it. And the building was never looked at for 100 years because the pickles that were there when he fell in were still there.
No, that's right. And you can clearly see, though, when he's falling and when he's falling, there's people working around him.
Yeah.
So it's not like nobody saw him fall, he disappeared, and then that day the business shut down, just coincidentally, and nobody helped him. So they need to explain, as silly as it is, they need to explain why nobody pulled the body out, why the building got condemned, and then also why isn't he wrinkly as fuck?
At the same time,
will he constantly smell like pickles?
I hope they don't tell that at all. I hope they leave it as man falls in 100 years later. And there is no telling of what happened between those moments. There was no telling as to why the building was left alone, why the building is still there.
Yeah, and as quick as it is in the trailer, you want that to be as quick as it is in the movie.
That's it. Yeah, he falls in, emerges. That's all I want to see.
No, that's fair. I'll happily go along with that. But
I honestly think this is my big summer blowout. My trailer, what do you call it? The double wide. This looks fucking fascinating, and I love a good Seth Rogen comedy, especially when they're giving it their all in terms of acting abilities, because we've seen a lot of Seth Rogen films where he just plays himself.
Yes.
And obviously there is the element of that with the modern day Seth Rogen character.
Yes.
But the fact that he's in the previous day Seth Rogen character, he's putting on an accent the entire film and he's wearing the clothes and he's got the beard. Yep. I think this is going to be really heartwarming as well. And I'm looking forward to this one big time.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you. And also just a bit of trivia out of it as well. It is the first Seth Rogen produced. So I know he's been in R-rated films, but this is the first Seth Rogen produced non-R-rated film.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, I was half expecting it to be R-rated and have certain themes, but it looks like it's taking that step back.
It's not, so it would be PG-13, which is M for us, essentially.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, there you go. All right, moving on to the third one off the third trailer.
The third.
I know. I'm chucking a Dylan. I'm chucking a wobbly. All right, anyway, we have Money Plane. Now, this is the trailer we all needed this week, and we didn't even know it. A high-octane, straight-to-DVD action flick starring a former wrestler. Here we have Money Plane. When a man with $40 million worth of debt has his outstanding bill paid off by an uber-rich guy, he needs to perform one favor to him. And no, it's not a sneaky BJ under the table while he puffs on a cigar.
I would.
It's to gather together his crew of misfits to take down the mythical Money Plane, a casino with wings where no government can touch that has billions of dollars on board. Sounds easy, right? Wrong. I'm sure it'll be insanely difficult, but nothing a man bun and Thomas Jane can't handle. Crashing onto on-demand and DVD like, inevitably, a Money Plane from the sky today.
This film 110% gives off the aesthetic and vibe of a direct-to-DVD,
Exactly.
direct-to, like, on-demand film.
Yeah.
However, the concept is
Yeah.
unoriginal.
Yeah.
The idea that, you know, he gets his debt bought out and then he has to go on a high-stakes mission and get his team together has been told a million times before, most notably in, like, The Expendables, etc.
Of course.
However,
Yes.
the cast
Yes.
has me super intrigued on this film.
100%.
The big boss who's
Yes.
bought the debt and set these planes
and
in
wants
motion.
the sneaky BJ under the table.
That's
Yep.
right, puffing a big fat cigar, wearing a very nice fitted suit is
Of course.
Kelsey motherfucking Grammer.
It's Frasier, ladies
No
and
matter
gentlemen.
what he's doing, he's just the ultimate badass. Whether
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Frasier or
Yeah.
Sideshow Bob or an actual badass in
Yeah.
The Expendables,
Yeah.
his voice is on another plane of existence.
Oh,
You could
it's-
listen to
it's a
this guy
beautiful
drink
voice.
milk and it would just be the most beautiful thing you've ever heard.
Yes.
I'm very surprised that I personally haven't seen a film before starring Adam Copeland, also known as Edge from wrestling.
Of course, he's my favorite wrestler of all time.
Has he been in films before?
He's done a couple of films, but he's most notable for his recurring role on Vikings.
Okay,
Yeah,
I haven't seen Vikings.
Yeah, no, he's been on Vikings
He
for
would
many
suit
a
that,
season.
yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly, and he does, and that's why for a long time he had a huge beard and long hair and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that's why he's still got the man bun.
Well,
in
he's
this film.
always had long hair. That's his persona, isn't it?
Well, yes, of course, that's
Yeah.
right. So yeah,
I
But anyway.
expected him to take a breakout, you know, in Hollywood earlier than this, essentially. I know this isn't a big blockbuster Hollywood film.
Yeah.
However, I just haven't seen him in the forefront of Hollywood, unlike The Rock or John Cena or those
Yeah.
kind of guys. You know, there are some people in the WWE that I expected to go
Yes.
further with their
Yes.
film careers,
Yeah.
like Triple H, whatever his name is, for example.
Yeah, Paul Levesque. Yeah.
But he stayed in the WWE.
Well, he's basically second in command now.
That's what I mean.
He's like a big shot there, so
That's
he
what I'm
doesn't
saying.
need to.
He's crushing it, you know. But like most of these kind of guys, like John Cena and The Rock, they
Yeah.
want to do other things, so they
That's
branch
right,
out to
yeah.
cinema. I was
Yeah.
expecting something similar from Mr. Adam Copeland.
Well, I will just say, like, when I say recurring role on Vikings, I mean he was a full-time cast member for years. So he's been retired now for 9 years, I believe, and he did take a lot of family time, of course.
Yep.
But Vikings did hold up about 4 or 5 years of his career in acting. So he's been
I've
stable.
heard that it's great, and I really should check it out.
No, that's right, exactly. So I think Vikings is now finished. I'm probably wrong, but if it is, I assume this is where the film roles will start to come in more prominently.
Well, there you go.
You know?
Yeah, cool.
No, absolutely. So yeah, no, but you're completely right. It's got every element of a straight to DVD, and I know DVDs aren't relevant anymore, and it's all about on demand. But I'm still going to call them straight to DVD because we all get that.
Yeah.
You know, it does have every element of a straight to DVD schlocky action film. But like you said, the cast list as well. I love Thomas Jane as well. Have you seen The Mist?
Thomas fucking Jane. I hate The Mist. I fucking hate The Mist.
The Mist is amazing.
I fucking hate
The Mist is amazing. You rip an ending out like that. Oh my god.
That's why I fucking hate that movie.
Brilliant.
It's fucking
It
dumb.
is brilliant.
If they just pulled the brakes on that car for 5 minutes
that's
and
what I
didn't
mean.
shoot everybody.
That's what I mean.
That's not an ending.
What films do that?
Dumb
it's
ones.
Brilliant. No.
That's a shit-
The ending to The Mist is brilliant.
That's a
and I'm
shit
gonna
fucking
and
movie.
you slightly touched on it, but I'll spoil it. But you build this whole thing up with the family and that there's no way out and they're going to die to this mist and everybody in the car gets shot and he sacrifices himself and then the army rolls in and he gets saved. How torturous is that?
Impatient son of a bitch.
That is such a heartbreaking ending. He shot his
not
son in the
heartbreaking,
face.
it's
he
dumb.
shot his son in the face.
I remember watching that.
It's brilliant.
After hearing everybody have a reaction like you say, you got to watch this, it's really good. And I watched it and I saw that ending. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Exactly. It
That's
made you feel.
No, it made me feel betrayed.
It made you feel. You walked into that. I win.
It didn't make me feel satisfied that I got a really climactic ending.
That dude totally necked himself the next day.
I felt cheated, and I felt that they could have treated...
You felt cheated? What about his son? He copped a fucking magnum in the head.
He doesn't care. He's got a bullet through his brain.
Exactly.
Anyway, Thomas Jane is the Punisher.
Yes.
Punisher
No,
is fucking
right.
brilliant. And everything else I've seen Thomas Jane in, except for maybe Predator, is really fucking good.
Yeah.
So I like him. Denise Richards, for whatever reason... I'm impartial with her. I think everything I've watched her in,
Have you
like
seen
Starship
Wild
Troopers. No, but I need to.
Yeah, you do.
So
you
overall,
do.
the cast is good. We've got Kelsey Grammer, Adam Copeland, Thomas Jane, Denise Richards, and whoever else.
Yeah.
As we said, it's screaming VOD.
Yeah.
But the mist fucking shit. It's
No,
absolutely
it's
shit.
amazing. You never see
Terrible.
endings like that for a Hollywood movie. They always
There's a reason why it's bad.
No, because
It's bad.
they always want to send you home happy, and this time you went home and almost killed yourself because you know he did the next
I
day.
nearly went home and killed myself because I paid to see a bad fucking movie.
I will pay to see it again. I watch it on Blu-ray at least once a year. It's fantastic. But anyway,
anyway,
moving
what
on
do you
to our
think?
fourth
Was that,
trailer.
Big Summer Blowout? Yeah, for
Big
sure.
Summer Blowout because it looks fun.
It looks like a fun movie. Yeah,
exactly.
for sure.
Why not? I could see this being a Netflix throwaway type film.
Yeah.
Anyway, all
Throw
right,
it on the
moving
bin,
on
just
to
like The Mist.
All right, mate. It's amazing. Anyway, all right. This is why we work, ladies and gentlemen. We have very differing opinions.
Yeah, now my throat is sore.
Exactly, but it was so good. Anyway, all right, moving on. We have Amulet. It's horror time. In the trailer for Amulet, we follow a man named Thomas, a former soldier seeking refuge. When he gets offered the chance to stay in a decaying old house, he's stoked with the opportunity to live for free in lieu of some odd jobs around the house trying to fix it up a bit. He doesn't live there alone, as there is a lonely young woman residing in the house along with her dying mother. Oh, the poor love. But maybe something much more sinister is going on. Maybe the dying old woman is actually a very hungry demon or something. All I know is if a nun offers you a place to stay, you chuckle and then run the fucking other way. Flopping into American theaters like a dead fish on a chopping board, July 24th.
The Amulet had lots of promising elements in this trailer to be a relatively unique horror film. Apart from the idea that a man is moved into a creepy house where on the top level, locked away, is a creepy old lady and she's sick. How many horror films have we seen that aspect in?
Exactly.
Almost all of them.
Yep.
So maybe they can spin it around. However, the other thing as well that I don't like about this trailer is that they do reveal that it could potentially be a possession film.
Yes.
That there's demons involved.
Exactly,
Fair enough,
yes.
there was flashes and glimpses, but they directly say, have you heard of demons or do you believe in it? So I feel that this trailer could have been really intriguing, but I feel that they just gave a little bit too much away.
Yeah, but I feel like this one's going to have once you start watching it, a very obvious plot twist.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say it right now. I bet you $5 the nun is the mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's a case of she's the one possessed and she's
Trapping the old lady, perhaps?
No. I think she is the old lady. And the daughter knows that come sundown or whenever, or a particular part of the day, lock her away, and she gets that and move on, because I almost guarantee, at least for the first hour of the film, you won't see the old lady near the nun, sorry. So
I'm hoping
that's what I think it is.
I'm hoping that is that element of surprise based on like the trailer giving away certain plot points. I hope they didn't spoil too much. But overall, the trailer is exciting.
Yeah, it does build tension.
And one thing I did want to bring up on Wednesday's podcast, which I didn't discuss because we didn't discuss any horror news really,
of course,
is that I thought about this earlier today. I can't remember where I thought about it, but I thought about it, and it was an interesting concept with the fact that, like I mentioned in Wednesday's episode, I'm kind of turned off AAA video games. I'm more into indie games now.
Yep.
I feel the same way about horrors.
Okay.
In the sense that...
You turned off the big budgets?
The big AAA horrors, a lot of them really don't do it for me and haven't for a while. There hasn't been any really fantastical, really horrifying big blockbuster horror films, other than like It or Doctor Sleep. There's a few exceptions in there, but even them weren't really terrifying. They were just great movies.
No, that's right. And when you're looking at horrors as well, I mean, they didn't really scrape the horrors that much. It was they were more thrillers, you know?
Yeah. So when it comes to actual horrors being scary, I think the most success you have in that genre is when they are not big action, not big budget Hollywood films, when they're a bit more indie in saying that.
No, I completely agree.
One of the most terrifying horror villains of all time, though, is starring in this film. Her name is Imelda Staunton. She played the very horrifying character Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
I was like, wait a minute. I knew her face, and I'm like, she wasn't in any horror films. What are you talking about?
No, but she made that character in that one terrible movie really fucking unlikable, and I respect her as an actor because I fucking hate that bitch in a movie that I find average at best. You know, it's very rare for me to watch a movie and go, but that character was fucking unbelievably well done.
Yeah, okay, right.
So I really like her as an actress. I haven't seen her in much, but a few things that I remember in, and she was absolutely memorable to no end. So Amulet, as we said, it looks like it follows fairly uninspired plot points. Cliche plot points, as you mentioned, but hopefully there is some surprise and some suspense and unique twists and turns that we may not expect. I will see it, though. I will give it a big time of blowout personally, but overall, I don't know. I think it may end up being a generic release, but over time may grab the attention of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for there? When a film doesn't succeed, cult following. Perhaps.
No, absolutely, to me, it doesn't strike too many chords, but I've just got it goes without saying I need to give a shout out to writer-director Ramala Garari. It's her writing and directing debut for a feature film, so that's good, and I hope it does have success for that sense. But
she seems like an attractive young woman.
She really does. That's why she's an actress, and this is her first writing-directing gig. So
very cool.
No, exactly.
In saying that, then that kind of turns my opinion a little bit with the fact that
because the pretty ladies. No. I'm joking.
If it was a handsome young man, I'd be feeling the same because
of course.
If this is if they've lived a life of starring in films, but now they're taking the opportunity to actually create. Usually the first attempts of creations of these kind of people turn out pretty fucking well, or at least they give it their all.
Yeah, exactly.
Until later on when they get lazy, when they get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Exactly. So,
but if this is a directing debut creation, I'm looking forward to this even more now.
And I feel like this may actually swing my vote from Big Summer Blunder to Big Summer Blowout because this could be a passion project she's had in the works for a while.
That's what I mean.
And now she's been given the opportunity because she spent years in front of the camera, and now she knows the right people to get those connections rolling. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, either way, check out the trailer for yourself for Amulet. It comes out in the next month or so. So yeah, if you get the chance, jump on it.
Absolutely.
Support a debut.
Sweet.
Anyway,
on to the next one.
Yes, moving on to the second to last trailer this week, we have Pay Dirt. A man on parole after serving time in prison teams up with his old crew to find the millions of dollars he stashed away in the desert before being locked up. That's it. I literally just summarized the whole movie. But in the spirit of Trailer Park, let's dig a little deeper, shall we? Pun intended. Luke Goss got himself set up and caught after a drug deal went wrong, and the good old sheriff, Mr. Val Kilmer himself, got his man, but now he is out and free. Kilmer knows his man is up to no good again, and even though he appears to be retired, careful how I say that word, he is still going to hunt him down before he gets to the loot. But it's not just the sheriff after him, as the millions buried in the desert have become somewhat of a legend, and many other bad people have tried to find the money, but to no avail. So he has a lot of attention on him, as money is worth a lot of money. Also featuring a donkey's load of the usual straight-to-DVD action cliches, grinding on demand like a stripper grinding on a thug's crotch, August 7th.
Luke Goss is the quintessential go-to guy for at-home direct-to-DVD films. He's gossed the goods. He's gossed the goods. He starred in all of the Death Race sequels that didn't have Jason Statham.
What? Because he is bald.
He's bald and handsome.
Looks thuggish.
That's right. He also starred in Hitman Reloaded, which was kind of not a spin-off, but like it was made as a Hitman-esque film, like you know, off the back of the success of the mainline Hitman films.
Was there a space between Hit and Man to avoid copyright?
No, unfortunately not. But because of the look, obviously, he's definitely got that 47 look. Yeah. But he's also starred in a few big blockbuster films as well. Like he was in Hellboy 2, The Golden Army.
Of course.
So this guy definitely has acting chops, but he just seems to stick with the direct-to-DVD films. And I guess that's his market. And I think he is fine in those films.
I would really love to know, just sidebar, what a direct-to-DVD film pays a feature star.
I don't know,
I feel like maybe it's like a cheeky $50,000. You know, like something like that. And I mean, would you turn that down if you were making 2 a year?
That's right. I mean, like some
Yeah,
people
you know?
really crave that success and will only take the big jobs.
No,
but I
of
guess there are
course.
people like him. He's like, "Fuck, this is my game.
Yeah, you're gonna.
I'm crushing the at-home rentals.
You're gonna pay me 5 figures for this? Like, you know, why the fuck not?
Absolutely.
I mean, all credit to you, Luke.
Yeah, for sure. The story of Pay Dirt sounds interesting in the way that, you know, obviously we've got these mobs that are trying to uncover this big riches, and if they find it, you know, that's going to answer their wildest dreams.
And it seems like he's the only one who knows where it is.
That's right. So you've got those conflicts between the characters, but there's one thing that you obviously cannot avoid when watching this trailer.
And what's that, Dylan?
Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer is being played off as one of the main stars. His title is on the poster.
Yeah.
He's rarely in the trailer though,
Yep.
and shots where he's speaking, it is very clearly dubbed.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we've talked about this. We're not going to go too far into detail about
No. Of
the
course
reasons
not.
why.
No.
I will say that with his long flowing hair and the scarves and the jackets he's wearing, Val Kilmer's like character is made out to be this hardened bad guy.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I like the idea. And I like the idea that Val Kilmer is trying to still make films and come back after the tragic loss of his voice, basically. After suffering and surviving through throat cancer that really messed him up.
Fucking A.
He looks like an incredibly different person now.
Yeah.
And he's more grateful on the other end of it,
But at the
apparently.
same time, I will just say, even as an older gentleman and with the scarves on and that, there's still something about Val that I'm like, he's still a handsome man.
I still like Val Kilmer as an actor. I always have.
No, 100%.
And I follow him on Instagram now. We've talked about you know, what he's been through and what he's like now.
Of course.
But remember, we talked about like what's going to happen when he returns as Iceman in Top Gun.
Exactly.
What's going to happen there? I think this answers that question. That fair enough, he'll have a speaking role.
Yeah.
But like it's very clearly dubbed over. You can hear it. You can definitely tell it's not his voice, or if it is and it's been re-recorded, because when he's speaking, like his head's down, like holding the, like, you know, he obviously struggles.
Yeah.
To
I feel
speak,
like
but
those
he's-
scarves were definitely a choice made by him.
Yep.
You know?
Well,
Like,
he wears
to the
them,
costume department.
every day.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
But like the fact that he's being
But
played off,
understandably.
but the fact that he's being played off as like second fiddle, you know, in this film, I think that's exciting. I like Luke Goss. The story intrigues me. Yes, it may be direct to DVD, but Val Kilmer is essentially returning as a relatively mainstaying role and introducing Mercedes Kilmer. I'm assuming his daughter.
Okay.
I want to see this. I'm going to give this personally a big summer blowout. Grand scheme of things, it's direct to DVD, so of course it'll be a blunder.
Yes.
But I am intrigued.
I 100% agree with you wholeheartedly, and especially, and I will just say, as silly as it may sound, Val Kilmer is the draw to this for me.
Yeah.
I want to see this man succeed after everything he has been through. I don't care about his previous life of being the A-list man, and most notably and admittedly he has said himself a dick. I don't care about that, because I want to see this man succeed and keep doing what he's done for years.
And what he absolutely loves.
And if he can keep pushing the limitations of his limitations, fucking A.
Yeah, for sure.
All the credit to you in the world. So yes, I completely agree. Big summer blunder film-wise. But for the sake of seeing Val, big summer blowout. As long as I'd love to see this dude back on the big screen, or on my big TV. But still, either way,
or on my phone at the bus stop, whatever it may be.
That's right. You know, like or another trailer. Anyway, all right. Moving on to the final one for Trailer Park this week, we have the silencing. Yes. Ending Trailer Park this week. We have. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be quiet, bitch. This ain't a library. Ending Trailer Park this week. We have ourselves a little cat and mouse thriller.
Ooh.
A man living in isolation in the woods without COVID teams up with the local sheriff to track down the man responsible for many young girls' deaths in the area. The man's daughter was kidnapped years ago, and he believes that there is a killer who is detaining these women and then releasing them in the woods to hunt them for sport. The sheriff is like so totally sick of this shit and is more than happy to team up with a regular dude to track down this heartless killer than instead of, using her police force. Seems legit. Exploding onto Canadian on-demand screens like a can of orange paint, 14th of August.
The Silencing stars a man named Nikolaj Coster-Waldau.
Nailed it.
Most notably known for his role in Game of Thrones. However, I haven't seen it, but I know he's in it. That's the thing. Like, he's most notably known for that. However, I first saw him in a interesting little horror film, which I will dearly enjoy for the rest of my days. Mama. Have you seen
Mama?
that?
Yeah.
He plays the father, or the twins. Sorry, there's like He's like
In
the uncle.
Mama, he plays the father.
He's like the uncle twin. Anyway,
Yeah.
he's like
twin.
he's like a twin. Anyway, we won't get into it. I haven't seen it in a while. Anyway. For a guy who has a completely un-Hollywoodized name,
Yes.
he makes up for it with his pure fucking acting ability. I think this dude he's got it. He's got absolute chops. However, this film does look very much, as we said, video on demand. It's got that looks to it. It's got that aesthetic to it. Even though we've just talked about 2 or 3 other on-demand films that we want to see, I think this one sits at the bottom of the rank this week because it does follow that typical, hey, Taken vibe. My daughter was taken. Now I've got to take the law into my own hands. We've seen that 100 times before. He's hunting like what seems to be a ghillie suit wearing killer in the woods.
Yeah.
I think it looks fine.
Yeah.
I don't think, as I said, it's not bad. It's just it's uninteresting compared to the others. So if it comes on demand on Amazon, Netflix, and I've literally got no interest in anything else, I may check it out, but it's a big summer blunder.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you in that sense. And also just the fact that, I mean, I don't know, there's so much about this trailer that I was just like, really?
Yeah, right.
Really? You know, like, it does intrigue me, like a hunter hunting a hunter.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a improv mouthful, but still. There's nothing about this that stands out at all. Like, there's just nothing about it at all that is intriguing to me. And there's a reason that the only release date I could find was for video on demand in Canada. So that probably pretty much sums up its widespread appeal, you know? Like, so, big summer blunder for me personally, and also Nikolov's Koshtenberg. There's just nothing about him that appeals to me because I don't know much of his work.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
cool.
So
all right.
That'll just about wrap her up for Trailer Park, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to head on away from the Trailer Park because it's time. Yeah, bye. Have a nice time. Anyway, all right. It is time to rip and tear straight into our next segment, Dylan. And
yes,
I
do it.
I think it's time.
Warm up those vocal cords.
Oh. It's time for Yas or Pass, excited or blinded. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. It is time for Yas or Pass, excited or blinded. The back end of your every Friday episode. Now, as I said in last week's first edition of Yas or Pass, excited or blinded for the first time in 3 months, it's going to be a little weird for a while, and it is the same again this week as we have 3 new films coming to theaters this week, but unfortunately there's only one of those 3 in our local areas.
Right, okay.
That's how little new content there will be for now and the foreseeable future until the big hits like Tenet and Mulan start rolling into theaters and things get back into a normal groove.
For sure.
Now, we will go through those 3 very quickly, but then I will also list the other old new films coming to theaters this week because that seems to be the trend that we're going to get for the next few weeks, and I ain't complaining, motherfucker.
Oh, fair enough.
All right, so we've got 3, like I said. So the first one that we're going to rip into first is called The Legend of the Five. A group of kiddies on a field trip. A field trip. A group of kiddies on a field trip discover an old relic of some kind that grants some superpowers. Now, with these new talents, they are responsible for taking down an age-old evil from destroying the world. A family fantasy adventure film starring teenagers of no name or notoriety.
So it's like a shittier version of the shitty Power Rangers movie that came out a little while ago.
I wish we had a ding, 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 you're a winner button because yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly it. So
I like looking forward to Yas or Pass because I like knowing what's coming to the cinemas and what we may decide on.
Of course.
But I didn't watch any of these trailers because I kind of forgot.
That's not what we do for Yas or Pass.
I know, but at least I should have some idea.
No, I know, I get that. But at the same time, most of the time when we do get to Yas or Pass, we've already reviewed the trailers, so I just, off from memory, just write down a little blah, 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 blah. Spiel. This is what's coming. Yeah, a little spiel. They're never as long as Trailer Park unless I really want to attack a film. So, nobody's blaming you for that.
Cool.
You're fine, dude.
As I said, shittier version of the shitty Power Rangers film. Which
shitty bang bang, shitty bang bang.
That's a great movie.
Shitty bang bang, shitty bang bang. Hey, shitty bang bang, shitty bang bang. We hate you.
Yeah. Skip, what's the word? Pass. No,
go further than I was going to say.
We're going to dig that hole. All right, so
there's more.
Just to recap and remind people,
because it's been so long,
or anybody who's new to Yas or Pass, what we do is we look at the films that are coming to the theaters that week, blah, 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 and then we give them a rating of 4. It's either a Yas or no. Sorry.
No. We start at the tippy top.
At excited.
We are seeing this film.
That's right. Then we go yes, which means yes, it does look intriguing, but we'll see what's on offer.
That's right. And then we go
pass. It's like, we may check it out one day, but
scrape in the barrel.
Yeah, it's not really interesting.
We'll see how it goes.
And then we have Blighted, which is like, fuck this movie. We're not seeing it. Ever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. And in that scale, you may not understand, but in the song, you should yes or pass.
Excited or blighted.
So we've got the two opposites. That's right. So this one for me is a blighted as well, unfortunately. Yeah. And unfortunately, Dylan, this is the one from the three that is available in our area this week. So
there's another one.
Events in Miss Glendale, you disappointed me.
Yeah,
what?
okay.
But that will be made up for with the old new films coming to theatres.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, the two that we can't get to this week, but I feel like this one here will change when they have Cine India later in the week. So
I'm looking at the poster, and I wish that if Event Cinemas Glendale
how
locally,
jacked does he look?
Dude,
I know.
that tricep has been pasted on.
Right? It's crazy Photoshop. Yeah. But anyway, we have War. What is it good for? We will about to find out. All right, a Bollywood action film following a soldier who is tasked with taking down his former mentor who has gone rogue after an unexpected killing, starring some jacked up Bollywood stars and has loads of explosions and intensity, probably dancing too.
Oh, that's it? Yep.
That's it.
Sure. I'm hoping that there's lots of dancing, but also explosions, because that tricep on both of these men is fucking enormous.
It's giant.
The waistlines are tiny and the arms are just ginormous. So, as we mentioned before, like, we're still yet to see a Cine India film.
Yes.
Because every trailer of a Cine India film that we've watched for this show genuinely looks good.
They look bonkers. They know how to make trailers.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm hoping the films are just as exciting as them. So I am yet to check out the trailer for War.
Yes.
But it also looks like right up my alley if it wasn't an English or a Western film, I should say.
No. Yeah, if this was a straight to DVD film for Trailer Park, you would have gone, yes, Big Summer Bloyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in this case, I'm going to give it a yes. I would like to be excited for it.
Yes.
If it was the only thing.
If there is a later in the week a change to the schedules for the weekend and War is available to see.
Yeah.
I think I want to go and see this.
We'll
this will
check
be
this one out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If we're talking new films, that's for sure. But we'll get to, we'll just hold your horses. Anyway, all right, the last new original one coming to theaters this week. There was another Cine Indie one, but I refused to put it on the list because it's from 2017.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I'm like, no, you don't get to give us that old crap. Until later in the list. But anyway, we have Waves, a coming-of-age drama. This story follows an African-American family led by their well-intentioned yet domineering father as he and his family navigate life through South Florida after a devastating loss. So this is your quintessential American drama, coming-of-age story, losing love and finding love and being a family and... Say some words, Dylan.
So, I thought you were still going with your spiel.
No, I just kept talking.
Okay, so fair enough. This film, like going from what I've seen in your description and from the poster, it looks genuinely heartwarming. It does look like there's a decent effort behind it.
Yes.
However, I haven't seen anything that really draws me into it, so I don't think this is a film for me. Well, being an American drama, I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not going to draw me in comparison to something like an action Cine India film.
Yeah, no, I get that completely. The only thing that would draw me into this is the fact that it is a film festival favorite.
Yeah.
It's got a cast of unknowns.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, for a film...
Hold on a fucking second.
Oh, wait a minute. Guys.
Music by Trent Reznor.
Ah, 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
That's odd for a drama. Like... Yeah.
The guy, Trent Reznor is the kind of guy who can write music in all different genres.
Yes.
So it's not like you're going to get this really industrial, hard-hitting metal soundtrack for this kind of American drama.
Babe, I can't do it anymore. We have to abort exactly.
Yeah, it's not happening.
I had to abort the baby. Tears streaming down her face.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. We're in. Yeah, exactly. Trent Reznor, don't disappoint.
Yeah.
But anyway, this one for me is a yas, just purely because it looks like a fantastic drama.
Yeah.
But will I be in the mood for that?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's my issue, because when I go to the theaters, 90% of the time I don't want to sit there and probably cry. Because I am a crier. You know I'm a crier. So, you know, whether or not I feel like I'm going to make my popcorn a little bit moist, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. Nobody likes moist popcorn unless it's from butter. Ooh, man, I miss it.
That's true.
Anyway.
Dude, it was so worth it, man.
I'm getting an extra large now when I go.
I've had 2 buckets this week.
I'll bring my own entire stick of cooking butter, melted, and I'll just pour that on with just regular salt and movie salt.
I would fucking love you to go. One ticket to this peanut, please, and a tub of popcorn, and they bring it out, and they're like, "Why is your hand dripping?" And you're like, "Just got my butter."
I've brought a thermos of butter. Oh,
yeah, exactly. Oh, you brought your own coffee, sir. Oh, no. This is margarine.
Get that shit out of here. No margarine for me, motherfucker.
I know.
Alrighty.
But anyway, so
I'm going to give it a pass.
Okay, I'm going to give it a yas, just as an option, but it's not at the current stage at our local cinemas, so no road trips yet.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now, moving into the juicy end of yas or pass, and come a couple of months from now, this list will not exist. This is just bonus additionals.
Oh, you're welcome.
What?
Bonus
addition? What? It's bonus additionals.
What?
Yeah,
You're so concerned.
Yeah, because he just randomly yelled, "You're welcome," and I'm like, "Yeah, what?"
I wasn't really paying attention because I dropped the mouse. And then you said bonus additionals. I was like, "Oh, you're welcome."
This is nothing that we've done for them. This is nothing that we're doing. This is the cinemas, and I just had to do it. What? Yeah. Oh, you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when we've recorded a Patreon bonus episode, a YouTube review, Wednesday's episode, and now it's Friday. Right on the back end of Friday, so we're crying happy.
Oh, my eyes are red.
As I said, bonus additionals for you because the list isn't fully stocked out with A-list films all around the world coming out at the same time. The cinemas at the moment are currently bringing back older films. So last week we got to review Ghostbusters. Go to YouTube and check out that review. But this week we have some oldies yet goodies, but baddies, but some D's coming to the cinemas.
Some D's.
Yeah, some D's. We all know some D's. But anyway, I'll just run through this list quickly and maybe it'll swing our opinion a little bit.
Swinger.
We have The Devil Wears Prada, The Jungle Book remake, Frozen, Star Wars The Force Awakens, Predator, and Pulp Motherfucking Fiction.
Ooh, okay.
All of those are coming to our local and I think all event cinemas this weekend. So that's something to look out for. Check your local guidances.
Yeah, guidances. You love saying that, don't you?
I fucking love that.
One thing I've just gone on to look for to make sure that when I read your little description as to what was coming, whether it was correct or not, because out of all of these films, there's two that I would like to see at the cinema. Like I've seen...
Oh, these old ones?
These old ones.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sorry. So like I'm not interested in Frozen.
No,
and I'm not interested in Star Wars The Force Awakens. Yeah, I haven't seen it at all.
Yeah.
I remember when Frozen 1 came out, I was living on my own and I put out a Facebook post just to Facebook to be like, is Frozen worth buying on Blu-ray for a single 20-something-year-old man to watch and enjoy?
Everyone said, fuck no.
Well, nobody replied, so I never ended up watching
and you
it.
did.
I heard nothing but fantastic reviews about the film Frozen.
I don't know if you'd like it, but it is a great film.
Well, that's the thing. I wanted to watch it out of my genuine curiosity for it being a good film.
It's honestly great for the ending where Anna kills Elsa and then all of a sudden I'm joking.
I know. I'm reacting.
I was talking about the greatest cinematic ending in film history with The Mist, where he kills his whole family. Yeah, exactly. I was referencing that, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway,
okay. So
Devil Wears Prada, Jungle Book. I've seen it. I really liked it.
Devil Wears Prada's actually good, but I'm just saying.
It is actually good, yeah. So my apologies. However,
that's all right. Yeah,
I went on to Event Cinemas Glendale's website right now to check to make sure whether this was coming from the right version of this film. Pulp Fiction is a fantastic movie. However, this is OG Predator.
That's what I mean.
Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator.
I know.
Not Predators from Shane Black from a number of years ago. That piece of crap.
No.
This is actual Predator.
Yes.
I am definitely making the time to see this fucking movie on the big screen.
Are you making Ghostbusters time or are you making real time?
Real time. Because listen, I like Ghostbusters, but Predator to me, I got into Predator the same time in my life when I discovered RoboCop and Terminator and Alien. It was the perfect time. I liked it was weird. I turned 12 and then everybody just provided me with like burnt barley copies of these movies. Yeah. And I fell in love. Yeah. I remember my first experience with the Predator franchise was Predator 2. Yeah. Danny Glover, Concrete Jungle, chasing the Predator throughout New York City or wherever it was. Yeah. Really liked that movie. Bill Paxton was in that. Yeah. Yeah. And then I was given a copy of Predator 1. I hadn't seen it. And my first reaction, me as a 12-year-old who had seen many movies prior to that, was like, why the fuck is Arnold Schwarzenegger in this? He's in everything. Why did Predator need him as well?
Yeah.
I was of an age where I shouldn't be reacting like that.
Yeah, that's
but I
right.
was. And then I watched it. I was like, oh,
and then,
this is awesome.
That's right. And then 15 years later, you're on a podcast asking those very questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I am down as fuck for Predator.
So are we going to watch Predator?
I'm keen as fuck to watch
We're going to
Predator.
do another OG review, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
since the new shit is shit.
Yeah.
So OG review. We're going to be reviewing Predator next week. Make sure to check out what's our segment called? DTCR.
DTCR.
Make sure to check that out
Cinema.
on
Yep.
YouTube because that's now YouTube exclusive.
Yep.
But on Wednesdays, is that our show and then we'll tell them what they'll find on Wednesdays?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, ladies and
that's
gentlemen.
been our show. Wait,
Absolutely.
yeah, we just started. Yeah, cool.
No, exactly. Yeah, I was going to say, and then I was about to explain what they'll hear on Wednesday, but we'll do that.
We'll get
in
to
this
that.
part.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I got to start it off, otherwise I get in a rut.
Fine.
That has been our show, Muscle Memory. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this fabulous Friday episode, chock full of trailer park and Yassel Pass. You can certainly find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search 2C3Pod, 2's Company, 3's a podcast. You'll certainly find us. Links are all down below.
Absolutely. And wherever you're listening to or watching us, thank you for your continued support. But because of our schlocky slogans, I do have to say you can find us, of course, everywhere, but mostly Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course YouTube.
Big Summer Blowout. Now, if you do want to support the show, you're more than welcome to. You can certainly find some merchandise over at tpublic.com and redbubble.com. Get yourself some fresh hot merch. Hot off the press.
Bernie hot.
Yeah, it's so hot you'll have to take it off. Anyway, don't take it off. It's good merch. But you can certainly also support us over on Patreon as well. We've got 3 affordable tiers. Click the links below to find out what they are. But most importantly, if you want to be part of this next group, go to Patreon.
Absolutely. We have some wonderful people we want to shout out very quickly. Alice, thank you so much. Courtney, thank you so much. And my corny Colin, thank you so much for your continued support. We appreciate you guys so much. But not just Patreon, we do have PayPal as well, where you can just throw us some money because everything that you see for our giveaways, our equipment, all of that jazz, we pay for ourselves because we still work full time. But any little dollar you do, 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, $1,000, all of it comes straight back into the show to just help 2 brothers out.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Now,
we're not legally brothers.
No, we're not.
Just saying.
Like your mum, though. She's cool.
Yeah, no, she's all
She
right.
likes my streams.
Both of our mums are called Jenny, so
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty bloody close.
Yeah, Bree's bloody close. Yeah, anyway, what's your dad's name?
Phil.
Yep, nope, Mark. Anyway, we've got 2
almost had an epiphany there. Yeah. Right.
Anyway, 2 podcasts every Wednesday and Friday. 2 episodes every single fucking week. There's so many of these. What are we up to now? 104.
104.
And now we're ramping up additional bonus content over on YouTube as well, which is where our movie reviews will be going. As we just mentioned, tune in next Wednesday. You'll certainly hear a video.
Yeah, you'll hear the video. Unless you put it on mute.
Listen, you smell that?
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
You will smell that video.
Absolutely, for sure. You can certainly find us as well on all of those platforms, but we've got copious amounts of content on YouTube.
It is insane the amount of content that we have on YouTube. I can't even get through this. That's how much there is.
Yeah,
subscribe,
we've been doing this for hours.
Subscribe, ring that bell, do all that jazz. Just support some people, please. We're almost at 100 subscribers on YouTube, and to us, that seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get one of those YouTube gold stickers.
Hey.
Instead of like a plaque, they'll send us a sticker saying 100.
It's just...
And we'll put it right here.
It's just one of those little golden, like, school ball stickers.
Exactly.
School book stickers.
Good job. That's what we'll get. But head on over
You've
there
been
and
at
do
this
that.
for like, what, 15 months? You got 100 subscribers.
Exactly.
Good job.
Yeah, you're taking the world by storm.
Oh, yes, yeah. Anyway.
You
can certainly,
Twitch.
Yes, you can find me at Dylan2C3pod for... Wow, yeah.
Twitch.tv/Dylan2C3pod
for all kind of online gaming content.
That's right. And I'm also on twitch.tv/Mitchell2C3pod just because.
Thank you, everybody, very much for tuning in. We will see you next Wednesday. My name is Dylan, and as always, with my co-host,
Mitchell. And do not forget, we are 2's company.
And you are the podcast. I don't know why I do that.
What?
You're the co-host. I fuck it around. Like, just say it properly, you dickhead.
It's fine. It's fine. We got there.
It's not fine. It annoys me.
Well, there's one person, so.
Alrighty.
Are you going to join me in the hot sauce? Because I forgot that was the thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's here. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sticking around post-closing song.
Yes.
We do trivia every week, and at the moment, I fucked up on Wednesday, so I am still 11 of 26, if I'm not mistaken. I know, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Dylan is now 13 of 25, trying to push that out to 14 of 26. Can he do it?
Let's find out.
In the film Stand By Me, what do the boys frantically try to get off their bodies after wading through the Royal River?
Leeches?
Yeah, see, I told you.
Yeah,
I fucking told you.
I have seen the movie, but it's a very logical thing.
I fucking told you. Jerry O'Connell, man. I love that dude so much. But also Corey Feldman as well.
Are you waiting for Mitchell to get his hiccups?
Oh, yeah, it's going to happen very quickly.
You need to take that home and make a fucking bolognese, man. I'm telling you.
I do. I got a chunk in this one.
Oh, did you? Oh, very good. Anyway, what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, the Godslayer fucking hot sauce from Wheelchair Chili Farm. They haven't supplied this to us. We were given this by your sister.
I don't want to swallow my saliva.
And we use this as a consequence for getting the questions wrong at the end of trivia. Lucky for me, I got my question right. However, I do love mixing this stuff in actual food. And we look how much we have to go. We have like the rest of
2/3 of the bottle.
We have rest of the year to go with this. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Go to Facebook to see if you're a winner of our giveaway. Oh, Jesus, before you throw up, I'm going to stop this.
Why? This is good content.
Is it? Who said it was?
Not me. Spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers. He's still recording. Oh, God.